Really powerful day today. It's a day of balance, expansion. So something you can do, that we all can do, to really get back in touch with our true core essence and really become empowered and strong in our intention, in our co-creation of this reality. What I'm going to do, and what you guys should do, is you get out in nature, you hold some stones or crystals, and you do what's called a fire ceremony. Now, you don't have to do this outside. I mean, ideally, it is better to do it outside, just to be out in nature. So what I do is I go up in my backyard, up in the corner there, I have a fire pit, and I'll make a big fire, and it'll go into, tonight, and I can just sit out there and look at the stars. But if you don't have that, you can take just like a little bowl or an ashtray and just put some twigs in it and just make a little fire outside, just put some tin foil in a bowl and some little sticks and do a ceremony. And if you don't have that, if you live like in the city and you can't even do that, you can always just light a candle and do your ceremony with the fire with the candle. So here's what you do. The fire is so powerful in the sense that we're connected to the fire. There's a bond of love that humanity has with the fire. And it goes back to the caveman days of just when the fire was discovered, what it provided, that warmth, that comfort, essential for life, really. So there's always that bond that we have with the fire. So when you're setting the fire and you set your intention, you're working with, it's like there's a spiritual alchemy of healing that happens when you're actually in the presence of a fire and you're focused intent on what you want to create, what you want to let go of. As you look into the fire, as it's burning, allow what's inside you that's holding you back to burn off so you can become your best self. Focus inward as you're looking into the fire and allow that fire that's leaping up into the sky to actually bring forth out of you your best self, to leap up in strength in those flames. So you can use the alchemized power, the spiritual power of the fire to actually bring out your spirit into that full expansion, to balance. We each have our own individual truths and untruths. We all do. We all have a soul purpose, a soul contract. So when you're looking into the fire, state exactly what you are doing as your part in co-creation with everyone else in this collective to create this reality, to make this reality what we feel in our hearts and know in our minds it can be, the best it can be. So that's so important. The elements of fire and the alchemy of fire, it opens up your heart and speak to the fire. I mean, actually, you might want to do this by yourself because people think you're crazy, but who cares, right? Speak out loud to the fire. Set forth your intention. And when you speak out loud, you're setting out that vibration into the universe, out into the fire, and that alchemized power causes the spiritual healing to begin, and the best self of you to begin to grow like the fire growing up, growing bigger and stronger. It's about turning on your light, You're looking at the fire is light, and it ignites in you your light as you reclaim your spiritual sovereignty and you stand strong and you stand firm in your truth. Let the fire burn as you're looking at it, burn inside you to shine out, to be your best self, to help raise this collective. Together, we rise like the fire rises. It all starts with you. It starts with me. Together we do this. We don't need anybody to tell us how to do it. We all know within how to do this. We just need to dig deep within. And to look into that fire is a great way to find the fire inside of you and to let it out. To let it really burn strong for everyone to see. Bruce Lee has a great quote that relates to what I'm saying about, it's all within you. You don't need somebody to show you how to do it. You're going to do it. The quote's, "A teacher is never a giver of truth. They're a guide. They point to the truth that each student must find for themselves within and let it out." So guys, do a fire today if you can, at least a candle. Focus on your breath. Look into the fire. Feel the fire inside you burning. Allow that power, that alchemy, to create the healing within so that you can begin to move forward and expand into your best self. So together we can rise like the flames of a fire and create the best reality that we feel in our hearts, we know in our minds, it can be and it will be. So guys, go out there and be it. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Be the change.